Hi everyone, this is Michelle Kane with Michelle Kane Photography and Actions. On this video, we'll take a look at how a few of the actions from the creative HeART action set work. This will be more of a visual demonstration rather than an editing tutorial, so you can get an idea of how the actions play and combine for various looks. This floral image is a straight out of camera image. No adjustments have been made to it so far. And I've gone ahead and in the layers palette you'll see that I've played several actions from the Creative HeART set, and we're just going to start to turn each of these actions on one at a time so you can get a sense of what each action will do. Now I've broken up the Creative HeART set into sections, and you'll see there's simple, there's rich, which is going to be the bright, deep, rich colors. There's delicate, which is going to be your airy, more light-hearted looking actions. Then there's the black and white set, and then the tone set. And so this posh comes in the rich section here, so it's going to give us a lot of color. So if I just click the eyeball on, we're going to see when posh runs at 100% opacity, this is what it does to the picture. Now with all of these actions, I've written them so that you can open them up if they're grouped together like this in a folder, and be able to look down through, and there's going to be different things that we can change up inside of each action. We can adjust each layer, we can use the layer masks to paint on and off the effects, we can turn the layers off completely in order to customize and make things look completely different. So there's Posh, again that gives it a nice rich deep color. Let's click that off, and I'm going to go to Bland to Brilliant. And this one is in the simple section. It's kind of a lot of people's go-to action for just giving that general all-around pop to a picture. So when we pop this on and leave it at 100% opacity, this is just a nice little jolt from kind of hazy and blah, as most out-of-camera pictures will look, to that perfect amount of just zing to the picture. And of course, again, you can always open up this action set and be able to change any of the settings in there, darken, brighten, sharpening, all that kind of stuff is inside of the Bland to Brilliant. Let's click that off, and I picked one called Euphoria. This is one of the delicate ones, and again going back to just the unedited picture here, and I click Euphoria on, it gives a nice peachy, creamy kind of feel. Euphoria is a great one to use for skin tones, and oftentimes I'll play it and lower the opacity just for my skin tones during an edit to give it more of that real creamy, nice kind of skin color, especially if skin tones are very cool or they just feel dull. Euphoria helps to kind of liven them up a little bit. So Euphoria in this picture gives a nice light kind of feeling to the picture. Radiance, that's another one from the Delicate set. This one is going to have a lot more pink tones in it. Again, adjustable, go inside the Radiance folder here and you can make all kinds of changes to any of the layers that are inside. Let's click that off, and I included warm air. And one of the points I wanted to make about warm air is once it's done playing, it'll give you a stop message and let you know that you can open it up and then pick out this folder inside called Airy Tones Adjust to Taste. And if we click that open, then there's 3 tones in here that really change the effects of this overall look. So if we turn off fire, kind of the pinkish tones go away. If we turn off air, the airiness goes away. If we turn off water, then again it gets really rich in color. So we can adjust opacities, use the layer masks, ditch a layer altogether, and of course there's much more to be adjusted down below if you so wish. Let's click that closed, turn off the eyeball there, and then I threw in a couple tones, and these are in just the regular tone set, and these often come towards the end of my edits to tone it, to change the colors. If we click Kiwi, this one's a very light, airy kind of effect, kind of a pinkish tone to it. If we do Antique Pearl, we're going to get something that's got some layers inside that we can adjust. There's a luster layer, a boost layer, the antique tone itself. So again, just another tone to kind of throw on the top of your picture and change the coloring a little bit. Then Raspberry Lemonade. This has been a pretty popular one with most people who own the actions, and it gives kind of that hazy pinkish feel to the picture. Now, of course, we're working on a floral here, so the effects are going to show differently than if you were working on, a portrait session. So right now we've got Raspberry Lemonade showing. I'm going to turn off everything and go back to the original out of camera picture. So let's say we want to combine some stuff. Let's go ahead and turn Posh back on. And I really don't like how dark some of these areas in the picture have gotten. And I think the overall saturation is too much. So with this Posh on, I'm just going to take the opacity of it and pull it back just a little bit. And then I think on the top of that, let's just add Euphoria. And now the combination of those two give us this kind of nice, rich, but yet kind of this light haziness over the top. And I'm going to take Euphoria maybe down just a little bit. And maybe we want to pop on Blinded Brilliant too. And when I do that, I say, not liking it, just click it right back off. Maybe Euphoria isn't what we want, and we want to have Posh and something like Kiwi. Let's take the Kiwi and pull it clear down. Something around 13%. So now we've got Posh and Kiwi, and maybe now we need to amp Posh back up. So, layering these actions on top of one another, they do play really nicely together. I usually start with the richer kind of actions first, and then usually layer on the lighter kind of actions second. Say we want to go and turn these ones off and go with something like Blinded Brilliant, which is just a simple pop, and maybe on top of that add Raspberry Lemonade. And then just for funsies, I've added in a texture file that I've included in my free monochrome action set that I give away on Facebook. It's the current giveaway for Facebook right now, so you can check that out on my Facebook page. And I'm going to turn this texture on, and we can already see right there it makes major texture in the picture. And I set the blending mode on this particular one to soft light. If we just left it at normal, of course the texture would cover everything, and this dropped down to 74%. So there we're just seeing the texture. So we can drop the opacity down, and maybe let's see what multiply looks like. Very dark is multiply will darken things. Soft light will add contrast. So soft light, a little bit of texture. Maybe let's do this lighter texture here. Something like this at soft light. Let's drop the opacity down, and maybe we'll even throw in Antique Pearl on top of it. Lots of combinations, lots of possibilities. The actions do play nicely together. They stack one on top of the other. The main thing is before you play another action, make sure that the action grouping before is closed down. So you wouldn't want to play an action on top of Blend Brilliant with the action grouping open. Just close it down, play your new action on top, and you're good to go. Combine to your heart's content for all sorts of different looks, whether you're into rich or light or somewhere in between. I think these actions will provide you with just about everything you need to create a custom look all your own. Thanks so much for watching, and have a blessed day.